in a tunesbyblog.com.
Papi, why you coming from your breathing like that?
My daughter. Hey, my daughter, yeah. The old people can say that curiosity kill the cow. What your own problem again?
Papi, I really don't have problem. But the way you breathing, sir, it's like you running so well.
My daughter? Ha, yaka. If I give you the little G's, you yourself will be running to the same player running. So you just hold it there.
Papi, Papi, play on me now, lay on me. You know I your daughter too now.
My daughter, guess what? I had to run away from Wego. Ha, yaka. Tuesday and Thursday, they got one show in town they call it Logan's Hour. Ma, that ball can talk the thing that are happening in Indiana. Even when you steal, even you doing wrong thing, the boy will talk it. You doing the right thing, the boy will praise you.
For real, Papi? No, that kind of thing that we want you our time, yeah.
My daughter, I'm telling you, let me tell you now. Logan's Hour come on every Tuesday and Thursday, 6 o'clock p.m. And when you want to watch Logan Hour, you gotta be on time, or else you will watch the show after the show. But guess what?
What, Papi?
It's so. Just go to Facebook and subscribe to Logan Hour. You go to YouTube, you subscribe to Logan Hour. Anytime Logan Hour coming on, you will get notification. That the notification made me running at the door, my daughter, because I won't be laying by in my living room, ma, and get ready to call on that show.
Papi, thank you so much for the information. But I see Tommy walking, coming it out. I don't know if I ate he looking at too. Oh, Tommy!
In a tunesbyblog.com.
Papi, why you coming from your breathing like that?
My daughter. Hey, my daughter, yeah. The old people can say that curiosity kill the cow. What your own problem again?
Papi, I really don't have problem. But the way you breathing, sir, it's like you running so well.
My daughter? Ha, yaka. If I give you the little G's, you yourself will be running to the same player running. So you just hold it there.
Papi, Papi, play on me now, lay on me. You know I your daughter too now.
My daughter, guess what? I had to run away from Wego. Ha, yaka. Tuesday and Thursday, they got one show in town they call it Logan's Hour. Ma, that ball can talk the thing that are happening in Indiana. Even when you steal, even you doing wrong thing, the boy will talk it. You doing the right thing, the boy will praise you.
For real, Papi? No, that kind of thing that we want you our time, yeah.
My daughter, I'm telling you, let me tell you now. Logan's Hour come on every Tuesday and Thursday, 6 o'clock p.m. And when you want to watch Logan Hour, you gotta be on time, or else you will watch the show after the show. But guess what?
What, Papi?
It's so. Just go to Facebook and subscribe to Logan Hour. You go to YouTube, you subscribe to Logan Hour. Anytime Logan Hour coming on, you will get notification. That the notification made me running at the door, my daughter, because I won't be laying by in my living room, ma, and get ready to call on that show.
Papi, thank you so much for the information. But I see Tommy walking, coming it out. I don't know if I ate he looking at too. Oh, Tommy! Tommy!
Oh, what's that? What you calling my name like that for? What you calling my name like that for? Take your time and you get. I'm watching my Looking Hour. Don't got distract me, yo. Wait now. If you ain't got what to do right now, we're already enjoying ourselves. You better get involved with the fries, girl. Tommy, so that today, Papi was telling me that something? I'm going to look for Logan hour, yeah. Papi, thank you. Thank you for telling me about Logan hour.
My daughter? Ha, now Ada, don't say I'll tell you. Bye.
In a tunesbyblog.com.
Papi, why you coming from your breathing like that?
My daughter. Hey, my daughter, yeah. The old people can say that curiosity kill a cow. What your no problem again?
Papi, I really don't have problem. But the way you breathing, sir, it's like you're running somewhere.
My daughter? Ha, yaka. If I give you the little G's, you yourself will be running to the same place I'm running. So you just hold it there.
Papi, Papi, play on me now, lay on me. You know I your daughter too now.
My daughter, guess what? I had to run away from Wego. Ha, yaka. Tuesday and Thursday, they got one show in town they call it Logan's Hour. Man, that boy can talk the thing that are happening in Indiana. Even when you steal, even you doing wrong thing, the boy will talk it. You doing the right thing, the boy will praise you.
For real, Papi? No, that kind of thing, 1 hour time, yeah.
My daughter, I'm telling you, let me tell you now. Logan's Hour come on every Tuesday and Thursday, 6 o'clock p.m. And when you want to watch Logan Hour, you gotta be on time, or else you watch the show after the show. But guess what?
What, Papi?
Just go to Facebook and subscribe to Logan Hour. You go to YouTube, you subscribe to Logan Hour. Anytime Logan Hour coming on, you will get notification. That the notification made me running at the door, my daughter, because I won't be laying back in my living room, man, and get ready to call on that show.
Papi, thank you so much for the information. But I see Tommy walking, coming it out. I don't know if I ate he looking at too. Oh, Tommy! Tommy!
Oh, what's that? What you calling my name like that for? What you calling my name like that for? Take your time and you get. I'm watching my Logan hour. Don't got distract me, yo. Wait now. If you ain't got what to do right now, we're already enjoying ourselves. You better get involved with the fries, girl. Tommy, so that today, Papi was telling me that something? I'm going to look for Logan hour, yeah. Papi, thank you. Thank you for telling me about Logan hour.
My daughter? Ha, now Ada, don't say I'll tell you. Bye.
All right. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending on which part of the world you are. Welcome again to the Logan's Hour. I know some of you been waiting. You're like, oh my God, the guy on that count on now, but I'm here. So those of you who just joined us for the first time, I want to say thank you for joining us. And those of you who has been joining us, we want to say welcome again. Today going to be a very great edition of the Logan's Hour. And if you just following us here, we want to say, tell somebody that Logan Hours is on. And on here is where we discuss critical issues. Discuss critical issue here relating to the Liberian community and outside the Liberian community as well. Let me put my mic volume up. All right. I think you can hear me clearly now. So those of you, just a second. Let me make sure my mic is clear. All right. So I think I am much better now. Let me hear myself. All right. So I think I am. All right. So I can hear myself. You know, normally I let it try my Tina to make sure I can hear myself and Tina before I can do anything now. So today, we want to say those of you joining us here today. I see my beautiful wife. Samar Hamo, Princess Leeway, Logan, Precious Logan, and the rest of the crew who has joined us. Want to say thank you for joining us. Today we are a little late because we had so many things we had to catch up with, and we had to also come and make it true to our promise, as we stated. We are here to stay. We are not just here to just talk for 1 or 2 days, sorry, and leave from here. So we want to say stick and still as you are on the Logan's Hour. Today promise to be a very great edition again. And today we will go into a few interesting topics. Oh my word. Somebody sending me text right now. And I like that. I like that. But today we're gonna go into some topics here that will be so interesting. And those of you who been around for some time and know what's going on, you know what time it is. You know what time it is. We're on the Logan Hour at this time. I see my brother John Blamo just hitting here. I see Ernest Samuel. All of you hitting right now, guys. Thank you for joining us again. Today is another great edition of the Logan's Hour, and today we're gonna bring to you a very stimulating topic that we will enjoy and will contribute of every one of us. I see my baby Jess Jones, Celine Valentino, she joined the conversation as well. So, few things we will be discussing today because of time. It's already 6:46, and normally we start at 6 o'clock. And those of you who know knows, and those of you who don't know, fine. But we will discuss other issues of national concern, and we'll also throw some light on this video.
The community first, and also thanks to Mr. Parker for appointing me on the for this position. And I'm pleading and asking each and every one of you guys to come on board. The last time on the Logan Hours, I don't watch the shows like that, but my husband do follow the show, and also my brother follow the show and stuff. So I know on Logan Hours they also have 2 females on there who talk about empowering other females and stuff. So in my mind, I feel like as a female in this community who've been living here for so long, if I was appointed, even if you cannot go on early, I could say congrats or so. Maybe as a big sister or so, you can reach out and say, hey, congrats, and we are here for you. Whatever you need help with, we can be there for you. But instead of going on to say, oh, I'm going to resign, I'm going to do this, I'm that, I'm here to help our community. I am not here to, listen to people what they have to say, especially when it comes to negative things concerning this community or this government. We are here to push forward, and we are one people. I will ask each and everyone that we all should try to be together. We don't want division in our community. Before I came to America, Indianapolis had LAI. So if you cannot fix it, do not destroy it. That's all I have to say.
All right, so we want to say to all of you joining us today, we want to say thank you again. And those of you who joining us secretly, we want to say we also appreciate you because you are the real deal. Because of you, we are here. And we just played a short video, and we'll also discuss the video. And we will discuss what we captured from the video. We have the whole entire interview, but we'll not go through that. But, as I said the other day on the show, right, we are not discussing personalities. We are not discussing the individuals, but we are discussing the positions the individuals occupy. So today, because our sister had found herself in the hotspot and she occupied a position, so we're going to be discussing that position as well today on this hour. So somebody who got my sister number, tag her, send her the link, tell her that we'll be discussing her position as well on the Logan's Hour as we go on today with today's edition of the conversation. So I think some people saw the newsletter came up, and but before we go any further, I want to first of all say happy pre-anniversary to G Rashi, my dear brother. Everybody know G Rashi, so I'm gonna call the man phone here because you're like people Sunday school nine. Well, when they say stand up beside John 360. So I want to say happy pre-anniversary to my brother G Rashi and my sister Precious Logan Samuels. On the 13th, they will be celebrating their anniversary. And I said, man, tout cela, oh, they put about it, oh, you need to the better get up forever. And first, I want to use this time to send our condolences to the Nine family. Mr. Solomon Nine overheard that he lost one of his sons, Melvin, and on behalf of the Logan's Hour and all of the panelists here and the institution as a whole, want to say, Mr. Nine, we are deeply sorry. We pray that God console you. We pray that you gain the strength that you need to move on in time of bereavement. And also, we want to say our condolences again to the Schofield family. We were there last Thursday. I think some of you saw the Logan's Hour was on Thursday. We went to sympathize with the family, and I was there with the financial secretary, Miss Fatima Famule. I was there with the president, His Excellency, Mr. Julius Parker, and also in that meeting was the vice president, Mr. Richard Bouya, and we had the membership and welfare committee chairperson. She was also present, Miss George Darby. And in our meeting, we have Sis Isabella and her husband. They were present. Mr. Nimba and his beautiful wife. They were present. And later on, Fasia Hilton joined us. And we had later joined us was Mr. Jan Volule. He joined us too in our meeting. And we went to sympathize with the family. And to all of you who left your busy schedule to go and sympathize, Mr. Rufus Tati and his wife, the former president, as well, they were present. And if I miss your name, if I never call your name, I'm sorry. Oh, the tough-talking parliamentarian, Mr. Horty Palmer, he was also present. He wanted to sympathize. And at that house that we want to sympathize, the Liberian Association of Indiana, from the minimum collections that they normally do in the community when the community is bereaved, lost someone who's so dear to the community, or somebody who is a dues payer lost somebody who dear to them, the community usually go out and solicit donations for members of the Liberian community, and such was nothing strange to me because I know them. And the community were able to put forward a little over $1,500. And that was presented to Miss Kofi to help in her time of bereavement, to help to take care of maybe the burial or to take care of food. Normally, people on mat and everything. So that was just a minimum for the community. I want to say to all of you who contributed, all of you who has been contributing when it comes to this kind of thing, I want to say thank you so much. We truly appreciate you. You people are the reason this community is moving forward. And we know in subsequent time, people will lose their loved one. People will have party. People will have other events going on. But let's stay together. Let's unite. And let's do what is best for the community. So I want to say to Sis Patricia and the rest of the other people who lost their loved one, we want to say we are so sorry. We are so sorry that this time it is you who lost your loved one. And it is appointed once for a man to die, but after death, there's come judgment. So I want to say to the financial secretary, she just joined us, Miss Fatima Famule, welcome. Sis Isabella, I see you just joined us here, welcome. And all of you who joined us here, maybe you haven't made a comment for me to see yet, but I can come right on the other side and see, maybe I can find some of the people who joined us here. Want to say thank you. All right, so let's go into the topic here. Let's talk about something first. So some of you can see the newsletter in the Liberian Association chat room, and if you cannot find that in the Liberian Association chat room, go also on the Logan's Hour page. You also find whatever news you want to read about what we've been putting in the newsletter. And just yesterday we had another newsletter came up, That's newsletter was today. Today's the 11th, April 11th, 2023. So I want to say kudos to our news department. You guys are doing an awesome job. You guys are doing a pretty good job. And we come here and do the talking. You guys in the background, you also deal with the critical issues in the back. And I saw a story in today's editions of the Logan's Hour News headlines that really gripped my attention. And the headlines here, interesting story here talks about who protecting the inaugural committee. Who is protecting the inaugural committee? That's a touching one. When I first saw that, like, oh my gosh, something is sparking up here. So it means that at this point, the inaugural committee headed by Sis Etta Kumba or Mrs. Etta Kumba. First of all, I want to say happy belated birthday to you. I saw that you celebrated your birthday yesterday, and I wish you God's blessing as you add another age to your age. So I saw that my own papa, he has been brought into the spotlight, and that is the board chairman, Mr. Initial George. And at this point, the newsroom captured his picture, and I saw his picture in the news. You see on the screen? Those of you who can see on the screen. So let's go through this news headline first and see what they have for us. Then we will go to the next story. Oh, I see the breaking news on here too. Enemy of progress. Who's enemy of progress? What does this mean? Who is the enemy of progress? Do we have enemy of progress in the Liberian community? But that's a news. You ain't got to pay for the paper. Just ask somebody who knows about it. The person is going to send it to you. Or you could just go on the Logan Hour page. You're going to see the story there. You will read the story for yourself. So we'll also discuss, and I've seen the picture of the newly appointed Ways and Means chairperson. So I think this is a quote from her, enemy of progress. So the newly appointed Ways and Means chairperson calling somebody enemy of progress. So we'll see who's the enemy of progress as we go forward. So let's see what the news department have for us first before we go into other topics. Before we go into other topics here today. So let's see what they have for us here first. Let's go into it. So they have here for us, they said what? I see the picture of Mr. Initial George, the board chairman, Liberian Association of Indiana. I also see the picture of the president of the Liberian Association of Indiana, Mr. Julius Parker. And I see the news here. The news says what here? Let's go into the news. Let's see what the news say here. Because we got to know what the newsroom writing here. So we know we can't be bringing some of the news. We got to bring all the news. So if our own puppet, Mr. Initial George, is in the news for the first time, we're gonna bring it up, and we don't shy away here. So let's see what's in the news for us here. They say, oh wow, it has been 86 days since residents of the Liberian community of Indiana demanded that the Parker's administration set up an independent audit committee to put an end to the prolonged inaugural committee rejected reports. On March 15, 2023, the Liberian Association of Indiana LAR Board of Directors acknowledged they received a communication from the president, from the Parker's administration, praying that the board conduct an investigation of the financial reports of the LAR 2022 inaugural committee. According to President Parker, his request is in furtherance of the mandate from the General Assembly at its meeting on March 12, 2023. Currently, the Parker's administration has been very quiet on the matter at hand. Some residents of the Liberian community believe that the administration is very silent on the matter due to her direct link to the financial report. At this point, residents of the community has been left to speculate. Some believe the inaugural committee collected more than $23,000 during the just ended January 14, 2023 inaugural program. Some also believe no member of the Liberian Association of Indiana have seen a physical copy of the inaugural ball tickets. At last, the chairperson of the inaugural committee responded, "Do not be alarmed, LDR. The truth must and will be revealed." So we have this communication here. Let's talk about this communication first before we can go further to the next side of the news. So the news department saying here that it has been 86 days. Is that true? Somebody who following the show right now, if you get your calculator, can you calculate from January 14 up to when the news came up today and see how many days now? So it has been 86 days since we had a whole inaugural program here. And up to today, we are still going with the hollow balloon. We are still holding and pulling and thinking and guessing why up to this time, this inaugural committee, we haven't put an end to this thing. And the president, Mr. Julius Parker, wrote the bill to set up a committee or to investigate what's happened. And the bill too, you know, how the quick people can do it now when they want to do delay 30, they're doing paper to paper. You write one, I read my own, write one, I write my own. And people forget that story. But you know what I'm seeing, yes, small. But you know, one person I enjoy, but she celebrated her birthday yesterday. That's the chairperson of the inaugural committee, Mrs. Etta Kumba. She said, "You people shouldn't be alarmed. The truth will be revealed. The truth must and will be revealed." So all that thing you have been going to the meeting, you've been carrying that, they say, "Oh, this is the inaugural committee report. This is the inaugural committee report." And one said, No. Now, the truth will come up. And when we're having a boy, when we were playing the inaugural boy, some students were coming on, some member then were taking the soup to the hot end, and that soup now on record, I would pay. And me, I really in agreement with her too, though. I want her to spay. I want her to talk about somebody put in who took somebody food to their houses and things. My Etta, we're waiting for you. So for her comment here, we shouldn't be alarmed. And two, we having our next meeting coming out shortly. The Librarian Association of Indiana will be having our next meeting soon. On the 23rd. And on this 23rd, we expect at least the inaugural committee if they will be addressing us again, because residents of the librarian community coming up with specific issues. We will expect that this committee at least just bring out one of the copies of the ticket, one of the copy. So if they print out copy for the inaugural ball, fine. But we just want to see one of those copies. We want to see the design of the ticket. Because all the people that went to the program said they didn't see no ticket. So how the people enter that? So who the people are paying the money to it? How the people enter in that place? So nobody said they didn't see the ticket yet. So the people said they want to see the ticket. So we asked the inaugural committee, yeah, please bring that ticket. We see it to the next meeting. Yeah, get a copy to convince us that yeah, ticket was printed and blah 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 blah. But until then, people do not believe that any ticket was printed. Everybody believes that whole ticket story that charade. So you pay your money to put it down the list. You pay your money to put it down the list. So when ticket was printed, we want to see the ticket. All right, let's go to another thing in the news here. So we have the Youth and Sport Committee. So they say Indiana, I got the Librarian Association of Indiana Youth and Sport Committee presents a one-day soccer tournament. Participating teams are Togo All-Star, Indiana Lone Star, Louisville FC, Indiana Old Timer. Whoa! So it's going to be on April 29, 2023 at 10 o'clock. Oh, 1 o'clock a.m. Let me say p.m. rather, sorry. And the venue going to be at Northwest Park. So those of you who know Sister Second is right up the street here. You know Sister Second. So they're going to be serving drinks. The drinks going to be soft drink, juices, and things. You know it at the park. That's a public area. So public intoxication, they got to be very careful with that. So they want anything that has to do with public intoxication. So when you want to come with your own drink, you'll be held liable for that. But they're going to be giving you soft drink. They're going to be giving you water. They're going to be giving you Pop-Tart. And but rest assured, you're going to eat the meat. Anything you think about will be available. So Mr. Roland Akwe, our time progresses. Mr. Roland Akwe and my sister Brenny Alpha, the deputy youth chair, will be here. If possible, the chairman himself, Mr. Sawenda Samba, will also be here to talk about the program that the youth is having. So it's going to be on the 29th. But there has been this rumor in the corner of the librarian community that the 9 family they are considering the 29th of April to bury their loved one. So we are in between, and we don't know what might happen yet, but probably if the youth committee will have a change of mind, they will communicate with the community. But it is what it is right now. It's a little tit for tat going on. The 9 family considering the 29th to have their loved one burial, and the youth department also having the soccer tournament on the 29th. So we wait and see what happens. Enemy of the state, enemy of progress. So who's the enemy of progress here? So that was the quote of the newly elected, let me say the newly appointed Ways and Means Committee chairperson, the person who replaced my dear sister Rose Bayou. So what's the story here? The news got an element about. I put my sister phone picture and I put the kind of story and say enemy of progress. They put a power. All right, so they said on Saturday, April 8, 2023, the newly appointed Ways and Means chairperson, Mrs. Sabah Sosa Chie, everybody froze. Okay, I'll read this story again. On Saturday, April 8, 2023, the newly appointed Ways and Means chairperson, Mrs. Sabah Sosa Chie, appeared on Open Table to make her first public appearance as Ways and Means chairperson. The newly appointed Ways and Means chairperson, in her closing remarks, referred to the host of Thank God It's Fabulous, Miss Fasia Hilton and Professor Willa Pilley as enemy of the community progress. Fire on Soweto. That's a big one. That's a big one. If the news capture it this way, and the first time when the news team told me they had this story coming up and they were about to put the newly appointed Ways and Means chairperson in the paper, what I did to verify what they were saying, I took my own time and went to Open Table, Saturday editions of the Open Table, to watch the show. And when I watched the show, I went to the end of the program and I realized that, yes, indeed, it's just that she never mentioned the word enemy of the community. But for her closing comment, it's clearly indicate that. But before we can talk about that, just for the little second here, we're going to play for those of you who never followed the show on Saturday, to have a clearer appreciation as to what happened. So let's get a clearer appreciation. Then when we come back, we will discuss this closing remark.
The community first. And also thanks to Mr. Parker for appointing me on the for this position. And I'm pleading and asking each and every one of you guys to come on board. The last time on the Logan Hours, I don't watch the shows like that, but my husband do follow the show, and also my brother follow the show and stuff. So I know on Logan Hours, they also have 2 females on there who talk about empowering other females and stuff. So in my mind, I feel like as a female in this community who've been living here for so long, if I was appointed, even if you cannot go on early out to say congrats or so, maybe as a big sister or so, you can reach out and say, hey, congrats, and we are here for you. Whatever you need help with, we can be there for you. But instead of going on to say, oh, I'm going to resign, I'm going to do this, I'm that, I'm here to help our community. I am not here to, listen to people what they have to say, especially when it comes to negative things concerning this community or this government. We are here to push forward, and we are one people. will ask each and everyone that we all should try to be together. We don't want division in our community. Before I came to America, Indianapolis had LAI.
All right, so enough of that. Let's start a conversation here. Let's start a discussion. And some of you following now, if you listen to this identical closing, you will want to also question the yardstick that the Ways and Means chairperson use to measure other people. That point out some of the contradictions. Number one, the Ways and Means chairperson, remember them, I said to Rose Bayou when she was appointed as the Ways and Means chairperson. And on this show, I said she was being a bully because she referred to somebody in a derogatory way. Now it is my own sister Sabah who is occupying this position, who is coming to succeed, because we all want her to succeed. Now, my sister who is taking this position, I can understand how she overzealous, how it's her first time into politics because she used to say, oh, you know, I'm not a politician, but now you're a politician. Fine. But I think if you enter in politics, that's a bad start. Let's point out some of the contradictions. First of all, my sister says she don't listen to the Logan's Hour. Yeah, you don't listen to the Logan Hour because the people that conduct the Logan Hour, they are all bad people. Granted, what about when you refer to the Logan Hour? We didn't get wrong with that. But your husband do. Your brother also do listen to the Logan's Hour, which is commendable. We tell them thank you for that. So, if you do not listen to the Logan's Hour, and you're saying you're coming to attack people who was on a platform and said something that you never listened to. You received the information from a third source. Now you're coming to attack them because he says somebody, according to you, they told you that they were on the Logan Hour and they say you're supposed to resign, they're supposed to resign. As a Ways and Means chairperson, just coming to the position, you needed to do more than that. You accusing them of not reaching up to you. At this point, I think, Honorable Ways and Means chairperson, I think you are talking from the both sides of your mouth. The way I see it at this point. Because if you accusing them of not reaching out to you to congratulate you or to say, let's talk about this, you too, as Ways and Means chairperson, under the same obligation to reach out to them and say, somebody told me this, and say, this is why you guys were discussing on the Logan's Hour, because you never watched the show. So how now you came to a conclusion and call them people that want to divide the community? What made them want to divide the community? If somebody said the appointment by Mr. Julius Parker because your husband is occupying a key position and you're going to occupy a key position, it's also a conflict of interest. It's tantamount to conflict of interest. Is that something bad that you're going to call them? They want to divide the community? If they have nothing to contribute? Listen. I said the same thing to my own sister the other time. And me, I like to do open rebuke. You just come into the position as a Ways and Means chairperson. For the inception of the interview, I listened to you. You said you calling on the community, you calling on people to work with you, and that would be a good thing for people to work with you. Fine. Anybody who comes to a position like Ways and Means, who's supposed to generate funds for the community, that's the first cry. The cry of unity, the cry of togetherness, the cry of support. Because you stand a chance to raise funds for the community. But when you look at two beautiful sisters, well educated, articulate to the point, and contributing to the community and educating people on specific issues that they are faced, then you call it enemy of the community? Ways and Means chairperson? Are you serious? Is that how you want to start? Is that how you're going to start your position and start showing jobs? That is so disgusting. You have your show going on. They only ask you for simple closing. There's no reason for you to even mention them because you never watched the show according to you. You said, I never watched the show. My brother watched the show. My husband watched the show. Fine, they watched the show. But whatever they said, because you never watched the show and whoever gave you the information, that was a tail-hand information. What you needed to do, and you asking them to call you, to talk to you, and congratulate you, why you couldn't do the same thing if you feel they were wrong? So doing the laboratory here, moral equivalency. Since they're wrong, I will be wrong. Listen, at this point, your name will be mentioned in most of these things. The reason why your name never used to be mentioned, because you was a private citizen, you never had any positions. But in your much you have a public position, when you misstep, we're going to talk about it. When you do not conduct yourself in a fashion that brings dignity to the office that you occupy, we're going to talk about it. Everybody in this town, we are serving our community in different capacities. So what about me? I have to go to work, come from work, and sit down for hours and bring this program. I'm not serving my community. I'm an enemy of the community. I know when you occupy the low positions, the low insignificant positions, they can be so overexcited. But in your overexcitement, you don't refer to people as people who want to divide the community. You look at people who have an educative program, career choices, talking about cancer, bringing people with life stories to talk about cancer and how can you prevent cancer. You call it enemy of the state or enemy of the community? Everybody got to be president, vice president, secretary before you know you're serving the community. You don't necessarily have to. Even you get up today and call one older pop and say, hey, pop, how you doing? Is there anything you want me to do for you? You say, yes, I have a grass and, my back hurts. I'll need somebody to help me to mow my grass, and you water and help to mow the grass. You helping your community. Community service don't necessarily have to be president, vice president thing. So now, because we did set up a little structure, this first thing y'all have to understand that most of you don't understand, and I think y'all getting it wrong, is the perception that people have put into your head that y'all must take position to build your ego. That if you do not have position, then mean you're not important. You don't need no position to make yourself feel important. So at this point, you can be telling people, other people who contributing to the community, oh, I expect that from you first. Professor Pellich is a resource person. Fasia Hilton, she also a resource person. Coming to this position as a Ways and Means chairperson, you're supposed to serve as a unifier. You're supposed to be trying to bring everybody together first and see how we can bring this community together since everybody has seen it at that person. So your goal is to, well, let me call my brother Philip. Hey, Philip, since you're on the media, this is what I would love for two of us to do together. Hey, Professor Pele, I saw you on Fasia's show. You're doing this, you're doing this. I would love to always come on your show and talk about issues that we can help to move the community together. Hey, Joseph Sele and SYC, this is what I think we can do together. You are the Ways and Means chairperson for God. You haven't said, my sister. Oh, they explain your role to you before they get the position. Just stop the thing. Just stop the thing. Everybody can be political. Everything can be about politics. You told me you don't know about politics? The first time you ever thought you said, my brother, me, I have politics, I know about politics. But how can you enter politics and then you show it up?
The community first. And also thanks to Mr. Parker for appointing me on the for this position. And I'm pleading and asking each and every one of you guys to come on board. The last time on the Logan Hours, I don't watch the shows like that, but my husband do follow the show, and also my brother follow the show and stuff. So I know on Logan Hours they also have 2 females on there who talk about empowering other females and stuff. So in my mind, I feel like as a female in this community who've been living here for so long, you know, if I was appointed, even if you cannot go on early out to say congrats or so, maybe as a big sister or so, you can reach out and say, hey, congrats, and we are here for you. Whatever you need help with, we can be there for you. But instead of going on to say, oh, I'm going to resign, I'm going to do this, I'm that, I'm here to help our community. I am not here to, listen to people what they have to say, especially when it comes to negative things concerning this community or this government. We are here to push forward, and we are one people. I will ask each and everyone that we all should try to be together. We don't want division in our community. Before I came to America, Indianapolis had LAI. So if you cannot fix it, do not destroy it. That's all I have to say.
You see that? Those of you who listening from the administration or outside the administration, what do you make of that? Because if this Ways and Means chairperson who want to fix it, according to her, she want to fix it, she's the first person who has started to divide it. Let's talk about that. You don't listen to the show, you don't follow the show. Some people call you and say, oh, Fatia and Professor Pele said you should resign. And which, of course, nobody said that to you. Nobody. And the person who, Professor Pele don't even know you like that. Fatia have been knowing you for a little while. Fatia came later on. She was more appealing. She said, because of the critical role that your husband played, even if Fatia Hilton were going to be the wife to Mr. Jeremiah Chie, she was never going to accept the position. She asked you to resign. So where you coming from? They say you might resign, and moreover, and they want to spoil it, all kind of thing. Listen. You my own sister. You just took the position here. I think it's a good thing for people to start seeing you as somebody who coming to spoil it instead of fixing it. Because when you start calling people name, spoiling it, and all that kind of thing, and you're going to organize programs to invite the community to come and support whatever you're going to do, the same people you expect them to come. You got to be a twin mother at this point. Once you get elected, don't follow those politicians just want to look good and make you to say anything. That was a miscalculation. I think you now have to call them and apologize. And that should be your demand. You have to apologize to those 2 people that you consider your big sisters. Because if you consider them to be your big sisters, you have to reach out to them first. Call their firms and say, hey, Professor Pele or Fatia Hilton, this is what I heard. This is what somebody told me. And they will better explain to you. Because the interpretation is with the person who make the comment. But other than that, you wanted people to reach out to you. You say, oh, the people should reach out to me. You're supposed to congratulate me. But they didn't do it. But they wanted looking out. They said this, they said that. But you now, somebody gave you gossip. You reach out to them. You talk to the airwaves. And that was a wrong step. So at this point, you will succeed. But the first step to succeed is for you to break your ego. Break your shoulder. I know you're claiming that you are Methuselah. You've been here forever. So because you've been here forever, you have some entitlement. Let's break that shoulder small. Call your big sisters. Tell them you misspoke. Reach out to them. Because they never refer to you in any derogatory way. They didn't say nothing about you that was bad. Even your husband called on the show, and he made some of your clarity. And we still maintain our position. Why didn't you mention my name? Because I was one of the person who was stressing on it as well. I was saying, I said, they shouldn't have appointed you either. I said your appointment was to rub it in Rose by your face. I said it. Philip said you got Augustine Othello Logan. I said it. I said the reason President Parker appointed you because he wanted to prove a point to Rose Bayou because you and Rose Bayou had a little altercation. That was my point. That was my line. So it is the president's prerogative to ask to appoint. Nobody questions that. But we can also discuss his appointment. You are not free from being discussed if you accept a public position, my dear sister. Accept that. Accept that. The other day you saw Raya on the show here. My own dear sister Fatima and Jima, by the way, they are my relative. They went to a program and something happened to the program. What happened? The name were all up. Why? Because they are officials. They are officials. Yes, you're right. You're right, Professor Pele. Because when you listen to the things she say in my mind, yes, you are right. And two, let me say this, my dear sister. I want you to succeed. You see me here? I know people, a lot of people think that I got so many things, or I hate people, and I hateful, or this fool. Whatever I say here, I finish saying here, I go to bed angry. Know what happened yesterday? Because I don't take nothing to the next day. I'm not a hateful person. I just look in your face and tell you what is right. I just look in your face and say the truth. You have to reach out to every one of us when you have a program. I said it on this program. I said Mr. Balakaba should have been the one to be preferred to become the chairperson. And the president said no. Balakaba, your husband Jeremiah Chia make it clear that the administration reached out to Mr. Balakaba. And Mr. Balakaba said, well, I won't be president. I just want to be chairperson. I just want to be vice chairperson. So that's fine. If Mr. Kaba feel comfortable being co-chair, that's a position. So we'll be calling him Mr. Balakaba co-chair. Yeah, co-chair for life. That's a good position too. So we all said it. I said what I said. Professor Pele also stated her positions. Fasia Hilton stated her positions. All you needed to do, my dear sister, to get the truth. Go back, take your time, watch the program. You are popular official now. Don't be coming to always hearsay. Yeah, you're talking about all the good programs you're going to have, and you're having your Duma and dinner. But anything you're having, you know I'll be there. I'm a resident of the Liberian community. You can't avoid me. And when you make a mistake, you even know. Let me tell you one surely secret that nobody here knows. I think some people might know because I said it the other day. The Friday that ran into Saturday, the night my brother got engaged to his beautiful wife, Mr. Tito Harris, I met my own sisters. I met Jima, I met Flo, I met Fatima to Tito engagement. We hugged, and they were going. I was jokingly asking them, "Oh, can I go with you people? Oh, no, where you going? Oh, no, where you going?" Oh. And guess what? When it got involved with that late thing at Waterfront, and who had to break the news? I did. Why? Because it was a good thing to do. So some of you who sit down in your comfortable living room, you feel that, oh, they make back, and you feel they feel that. Listen, I ain't got no problem with nobody. Then the other day, my own friend came on the show here. The other day, my old friend came on the show here, Pachibo. He started tapping because he felt we were discussing the appointment of Mr. Parker, and because he close to Mr. Parker, I know they can drink soup to the same place or they can drink beer to the same place. All he cared about was, oh God, somebody making me to laugh. But anyway, that's good. That's good. So we're gonna be right back. We're gonna take this short break, and we will be right back. Trust me. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We are here again. Trust me. I was on I was on the phone, something making me to laugh. Oh my gosh, please stop making me to laugh. All right, so we'll not be here for long today. Trust me. I just want to do just 1 hour because I had some other thing to do, but I couldn't miss today's show since I missed the show on Thursday. So we already make our own point. We got another thing we have to discuss here right now. But what we have on a discussion, if you want to call and talk about the action of the newly appointed Ways and Means chairperson, um, you can also place a call, and the number to place a call is always here. You know the number is 401-359-5072. And let me know what you make of her closing statement. And also, and also, you want to use your new Fatty? Sorry, but you're in position now, so we got to always call your Nene. So let me recognize some of my people here. I want to say to my own in-law, Faye, welcome. Welcome to the Logan's Hour. So y'all don't forget, if you want to buy jewelry, I got my in-law here. She said jewelry, so flawless jewelry collection. So I see my mother-in-law here, Sis Vera. She following us right now. She in the beautiful city of Monrovia. And I see Professor Willa Pilly here following. The professor said Logan, she said in her mind, which means she is speaking from a one-track souls. That's true. Yep. Faye, good night. I see my brother Raji here following here as well. And what Raji saying here? Raji say, I wonder if my sister Rose will attend any program organized by the Ways and by the Ways and Means Committee, but what you do say Raji, why? So another one here say they say we shouldn't say fuen, good or bad. We shouldn't accept anything that they do. Anyway, that's true. But since Vera say her sympathy to the bereaved family, so those of you following us here, and I see the Arab Money following from Liberia, Mr. Tally Volga. The Arab Money is following from Liberia as well. And those of you, all of you following us here, I want to say thank you for joining us again. If you have your calls, you can place a call in if you want to make any comment, if you want to make recommendations, if you want to speak on the issues that we're talking about here right now. Before we go to the next topic here, you can also do so. And don't forget, the Indiana Young Men Association, the leadership will be paying their visit again on the Logan's Hour on next week. So look forward to next week. Next week going to be a very, very, very stimulated conversation with the Indiana Young Men Association. So those of you in the Liberian community who want to know what the Young Men Association is all about, you can also join the program on next week. We'll let you know if that next week Thursday or that next week Tuesday we have the program, so you can ask a question. So on the 29th, let me say on the 28th of May, we should be on Sunday. So this one will be a little change in the calendar because we will bring the program to you on the 28th of May because we will be having live in our studio. We have one of the presidential candidate, Mr. Tiawan Singh Gongulu. He will be on our program. Excuse me for that. Mr. Tiawan Singh Gongolo will be on our program. The man who said he will sweep corruption out of Liberia. He will make Liberia to be corruption free. He will be on our program on the 28th of March. It will be on a Sunday. So the program will be on a Sunday. So those of you who would love to hear from Mr. Tiawan Gongolo, his policy about how he intends to move Liberia forward, it will also be a good thing for us all to be on the program and ask our question. So hopefully you will see the flyer up soon. You will see Mr. Tiawan Gongolo flyer up soon. And telling you that he'll be on the Logan's Hour on the 28th. And so next week, out of Thursday, those of you who wanting to hear from the Young Men Association, they're going to be here. They're going to talk some real pretty good things. They're going to tell people what's the way forward. And they're going to tell people how they intend to bring the young people together and what are programs they have planned. They will also be talking about 2022. So, and go into 2023. So those of you who love to ask a question, join the conversation. And we have like up to 10 people up here. Have the president, the vice president, the secretary general, the financial secretary, the liaison officer, and also we have the most powerful man too, who is the what? Our all-rich person. His name is Mr. Elisha Tito Harris. So we want to say thank you. And Larry choose our MA. Listen, let me tell you something small about Indiana Young Men Association. In this time here, if you're a young person, but before I talk about our MA, if you're looking for where to buy a hookah, some of you who do hookah, my daughter can say not my daughter, my mom can say hookah. That other thing where when you hold your water, you hold it, then the water can be boiling inside, then you put it smoke through your mouth. Now they have modified it. You ain't gotta be 3 smoking it anymore. You ain't gotta be 1 smoking. You ain't gotta be 2 smoking it anymore. This time they get a mini hookah, your water inside and everything inside. It's just 1 man, 1 cup. So your worries are over. Don't go anywhere far. The number is right there. The name is JME Enterprise. So the number is 401-261-8875. 401-261-8875. You can now call that number and get your mini hookah, and the hookah is as cheap and reasonable. So when you call the number, tell them Philip Logan sent me. They're going to take data from off your bill for that day. So trust me, those of you who want to get your 1 man, 1 cup hookah, easy hookah, mini size bottle, the water inside, everything, your fire is there. You get your tube to your mouth. The other day I saw somebody with a hookah and the person was downtown and bluffing on. Yeah, I said, hey, that the same hookah I saw the people selling down there. But trust me, the hookah is in town. The hookah is in town. So those of you who can smoke hookah, the number is right here. 1 man, 1 cup hookah. You're not gonna be. All your worries are over. No more carrying that big bottle behind you and fighting how to hold it so and set a pipe and set a tube and things. No more. You want just a small little regular hookah with your little water inside, your tube right on the side, and everything is in one little box. You can just grab it in your ordinary bed and move on. So all your worries are over. Hookah smoker, I have brought this to you now. So they call them the JME Enterprise. The number is 401-261-8875. 401-261-8875. So get ready to get your hookah. Those of you who can do your hookah, and let's enjoy hookah. Hookah. All right, so you know what? I think I can go now. Because I cannot be here for too long. I have other engagements. I wanted to be here for just 1 hour. And I think as far as I'm concerned, I have been here for an hour and 20 minutes because maybe I made my introduction so long. That's why we couldn't go through so many things right now because I want to start the next topic. At the end of the day, I will not get to what I'm supposed to go. But if you want to place a call, anybody who want to just place a call as soon as possible to have some of these issues that we just talked about, you can also place a call. If not, then we want to say thanks to everybody. Thanks to everyone who joined the Logan's Hour today. It was a real good one that we had to put our sister under the spotlight. Oh, you ask me what the hookah can do? Oh, okay. Yes, I see the former president of the Liberian Association, Mr. Rufus Tati. He's here. Mr. Tati, welcome to. I see my sister Damawa Mawen. Oh, no more hookah bed. No more hookah bed. Just the easy hookah. So those of you who can do your hookah, that no more carrying a big hookah. It's the small hookah. My dear brother Emmett, welcome, my dear brother. So we've been trying to at least publicly, we were trying to tell our sister without any disrespect that if you come to a newly appointed position that you are really a novice of, don't put your shoulders too hard, minimize your expectation, work with the people who you meet in the community in terms of moving you forward for you to achieve, and stop the early jobs. Stop throwing jobs so early. Start looking for a way to have confusion so early. Ways and means is a real serious and tedious position that most people do not talk about. As chairperson of the Ways and Means Committee, your functions are so dedicated. You have to do so many things. You have to raise funds. And you know how when it comes to raising funds for the community, the main source of raising funds for the community here that dues paying. And you know it. So if you have all the ideas, come with it. If you know you can find people to work with you, Find them to work with you. Stop fighting. I think you started too early. If you're on my show, I want to tell you clearly that my sister is too early. Relax yourself. You just come into the position. Moreover, you're not a politician. You want to come to the position as a unifier, not as somebody who coming to start fighting. And I think your position on the open table the other day and the jobs that you throw on the two beautiful sisters, well-educated people, it was wrong. And I'm asking you to reduce your height, call them, and apologize. For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, let's play it one more time, and we'll come back. We'll be taking our essay.
The community first. And also thanks to Mr. Parker for appointing me on the for this position. And I'm pleading and asking each and every one of you guys to come on board. You know, the last time on the Logan Hours, I don't watch the shows like that, but my husband do follow the show, and also my brother follow the show and stuff. So I know on Logan Hours they also have 2 females on there who talk about empowering other females and stuff. So in my mind, I feel like as a female in this community who've been living here for so long, you know, if I was appointed, even if you cannot go on early, I could say congrats or so. Maybe as a big sister or so, you can reach out and say, hey, you know, congrats, and we are here for you. Whatever you need help with, we can be there for you. But instead of going on to say, oh, I'm gonna resign, I'm gonna do this, I'm that, I'm here to help our community. I am not here to, you know, listen to people what they have to say, especially when it comes to negative things concerning this community or this government. We are here to push forward, and we are one people. I will ask each and everyone that we all should try to be together. We don't want division in our community. Before I came to America, Indianapolis had LAI. So if you cannot fix it, do not destroy it. That's all I have to say.
You see that? So you as a unifier, and you start speaking about people who say negative things about the government, it means you turn to a politician. All that thing they're talking about, who say why against government, who say why against government, now your word to fight. Now your word, mama. Your word is to see how you can raise funds. Your word is how to bring everybody together, regardless of their oppositions. Your work is not to decide or determine who is saying buy against the government, who is not saying buy against the government. Even the people who saying buy against the government, you need their money. You need their money. So that thing about you come to start turning to government spokesperson, yeah. Anyway, maybe the same thing we were talking about conflict of interest. Because your husband is an IRC chairperson, you're always speaking for the government, and so that thing not rub on you know. So anybody that talk anything about the government, like can be say, oh, you're talking about our government. God, you really have to show us about because I don't lie to you. My sister, I know you'll succeed. But in the meantime, put aside the politics. Put aside the politics. Your husband has a role. The role is the IRC chairperson. You have to do research, and that's his role, and provide the information. Your role is to have so many things working in consultation with the financial secretary, and your generate funds, and the community move forward. Leave the political side of it. I think you started wrong. If you can listen to me today and call your sisters and tell them, say, listen, I got the wrong information, but I went by, listen to the show, that would be a great thing for you. If not, I wish you success. But yet and stay, you stay my sister. We are not enemies. So until we meet again, I want to say to all of you who came to watch this program today, I want to say thank you and wish you all the best. Until we meet again, my name is PSAOL, Philip Seyuga Augustine Otelo Logan. Bye-bye.
Inatungablog.com.
Papi, why you coming from your breathing like that?
My daughter. Hey, my daughter, yeah. The old people can say that curiosity kill the cow. What your no problem again?
Papi, I really don't have problem. But the way you breathing, sir, it's like you running somewhere.
My daughter? Ha, yaka. If I give you the little G's, you yourself will be running to the same player running. So you just hold it there.
Papi, Papi, play on me now, lay on me. You know I your daughter too now.
My daughter, guess what? I had to run away from Wego. Ha, yaka. Tuesday and Thursday, they got one show in town they call it Logan's Hour. Man, that boy can talk the thing that are happening in Indiana. Even when you steal, even you doing wrong thing, the boy will talk it. You doing the right thing, the boy will praise you.
For real, Papi? No, that kind of thing. 1 hour time, yeah.
My daughter, I'm telling you, let me tell you now. Logan's Hour come on every Tuesday and Thursday, 6 o'clock p.m. And when you want to watch Logan Hour, you gotta be on time, or else you